Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about 28 Days Later. And this movie came out in 2002, directed by Danny Boyle. I'm going to be honest, before I get into my thoughts on the movie, this was a movie that I thought I would never see, simply because it was literally impossible for me to find anywhere. It's not on any streaming service, unfortunately, at the moment. And also, the DVD and Blu rays were like out of print, so it took me a while to get one of these, and normally I would prefer to get the Blu-ray, but I decided, you know what, I'll just get the DVD because it's a bit easier to get my hands on. I finally watched it, and I thought this movie was pretty great, honestly. I thought the opening scene was awesome and established everything that it needed to. And there's some iconic lines from that opening scene. And the movie is also very well shot, and part of this film's history, I believe, is that it was filmed on digital cameras before they were known to be like a legit way to film things. So it wasn't really like something that was like super professional or something. And I believe the reason that it was filmed this way is because it was a low budget film. I think it was an $8 million movie for the time. That is not adjusted for inflation. Also, they were like shutting down the streets of London in like 4 in the morning or something. And instead of setting up film cameras, they can, which would take like a really long time, they can just set it up with digital cameras. And despite the low quality, it was a lot faster to do it that way. So that's why they did it in the way that they did. I like the look of the movie, and the movie is very well shot, and what they're able to accomplish with what they were able to do is pretty impressive, like making all these streets of London look abandoned. Like, I thought all of that was pretty impressive. The music I thought was pretty great. I think the composer was John Murphy, and yeah, I thought the music was really great. This movie is also very scary when it needs to be. Like, the horror scenes in this movie are very well executed and very well shot and very well built up. And they were just very effective because of how they were presented. And I thought the performances were pretty great for the most part. Kelly Murphy, I really loved seeing him in the movie, and Brandon Gleeson was also in it. I thought he did a great job. Naomi Harris, that's it. She was also great, and I've seen her in Skyfall, and she was great in that movie as well. Overall, this movie had a great cast, and the characters are very distinct and likable, and that's really what carries this movie for me, is that the characters are likable, the horror is very well executed, it's well shot, the music is great. Just has a lot of things going for it that I really loved, and the zombies in this movie, they don't call them zombies because that's what every zombie movie does. They never call them zombies in the movie for whatever reason, and in this movie, I think they call it the rage virus that everyone gets infected by, and it can take you over within like 10 to 20 seconds, which adds a layer of fear to it as well. And I also like how this movie kind of addresses tiny things that I kind of forgot about. Like, if a zombie apocalypse were to happen, there are certain things that I am not prepared to go through at all, like dry shaving. Like, I don't know if I could tolerate that, dry shaving. Like, that is something that could possibly happen. And also, without spoiling anything, one little detail that I did kind of like was that towards the end of the movie, without spoiling anything again, the character of Jim, he did kind of remind me of Captain Willard's character in Apocalypse Now towards the end of that movie. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It also had awesome music playing in that scene, In the House in a Heartbeat, that's what it's called. And I really love that song. I think it's a great song. And it was used very effectively, and it was very memorable. And all in all, I really loved the world building in this movie, and the way information is presented and established, I thought was very well handled, and I loved all of that. And my only issue with this movie is Megan Burns, the actress who played Hannah, was not very good in the movie. I never really believed her performance. Like, everyone is great except for her. Like, whenever she's supposed to emote, she doesn't really emote. And luckily, it doesn't completely ruin the movie because, from memory, she doesn't have too much dialogue. But whenever she's required to emote or talk, I just don't believe anything that she's saying, unfortunately. But aside from that, I really don't have any other issues with this movie. It was a great experience that I thoroughly enjoyed, really satisfying and very scary at points. So check this movie out whenever you get the chance. And with all that being said, I'm going to give 28 Days Later a 9 out of 10. And I'm hoping that one day this movie will be on a streaming service so it's easily accessible, because it should not be this difficult to watch a movie. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of 28 Days Later, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for 28 weeks later. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.